This is the best of Nobes in 2021. I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, I've been playing a lot of Miles Morales since it came out. Definitely my favorite game of 2020. For a while now, I've been trying to break this game and find some kind of cool exploit or glitch, so I figured the more I play the game, the better chances I have at finding something awesome. And I definitely found some glitches.
Bruh.
Those are pretty funny and all, but there's one glitch that takes the cake. Let me set this up for you guys. So I was swinging around, trying to find any way to break this game. And after a while, I got tired of that and decided to go do a mission. So comms are down, I need to get them back on. I go up there, bada bing, bada boom, take care of those bad guys. And then the game prompts me to use my bioelectricity powers to turn the power back on. I noticed the bioelectricity bar fills up, and I'm like, So I use one of my moves, and it fills up again. And then I realize I'm onto something. See you later, suckers. Then the game said I couldn't do that. So I figured out that if you boosted high enough, you could exit the area you're supposed to be in, and the glitch will still be activated. If you do this glitch, you can have unlimited uses of the Venom jump and the Venom boost. Unfortunately, while you're doing this glitch, you can't do any other missions or crimes or anything, because technically, you're still on a mission, but you can still swing around, which is lots of fun. Next, I wanted to see how high I could go, and see if there was a height limit. Nothing much happened, and I started to go so high, that the amount of city I could see was getting less and less, and eventually, it was just blue skies all around me. I spent 3 or so hours constantly boosting myself up. For about 16,000 meters, Miles disappeared from my view. I ended up going to about 250,000 meters, and I wanted to go even further to see if there was a limit, but after not being able to see the city or Miles, it was hard to tell if I was moving up or not. And so at that point, I decided to fall back down, and it took forever, oh my goodness. Eventually, I made it onto the city safely. Have you ever been playing some Miles Morales and you're having a great time, swinging around, beating up some bad guys, and then this happens? Yeah, not so fun. So today, I'm gonna teach you how to become invincible. Before we get into that, in December, I made a video asking if bioelectricity powers could protect Miles from a train, and the answer was no.
Oh no.
On that video, I got a comment asking me to try the Mega Venom Blast to see if that'll protect me from a train. So let's see if it works.
Nope.
Okay, so back on topic. How to become invincible. First of all, you need to unlock Bioelectric Instincts, which is a skill that triggers a Mega Venom Blast right before a fatal hit so you don't die. In order to unlock it, you need to beat the game once, start a new game plus file, and get to level 22. After you have done all that, you now will have Bioelectric Instincts, which can be used one time per encounter. Here's how this all ties together. I'm in a fight, and it's not going too well. I'm taking way too much damage, and I'm not gonna last much longer. The Mega Venom Blast will save me, but I can do something so that it continually saves me. Right after the animation starts, quickly press the circle button to dodge. This allows you to take a fatal hit, which triggers the Mega Venom Blast, but then you can cancel the blast before the animation is complete, which doesn't use up Bioelectric Instincts one-time usage, so you could do this forever. You do have to time it though, because if the animation has gone too far, you won't be able to stop the blast. By the time you will be able to do this, you will probably be pretty decent at the game. But it's a fun little trick to do, and it's fun to see the enemies continually try to kill you with no success. Today, I'm going to be showing you the top 10 funniest glitches I have encountered in Miles Morales. Let's get started. Number 1. So I'm swinging around, and I notice there's a weapon deal going on. As I swoop in to beat these guys up, they just disappear. And I'm just like, what? What's going on? Are they scared? Did they realize Spider-Man's coming to beat them up and they got scared? Come on. Number 2. I'm just out in the city, being Spider-Man, doing my thing, and then this happens. Number 3. I'm running up a building, setting myself up to do an awesome dive, and I swing over the building, and now I'm stuck.
Bruh.
Number 4. I'm doing some parkour, and everything seems normal. Then the citizen falls over, and then instantly stands back up when I go by him. Let's play it again. Number 5. I'm doing the usual, trying to take care of some bad guys, and one gets in the car to drive away. Only problem is, one of his buddies is stuck to the car, and I don't think it ends well for him. Number 6. This brute does not understand that there's something blocking his way, and he's gonna keep trying and keep trying. I don't think he's gonna give up. Number 7. I'm playing the final mission, and I am low on health. I web strike a guy right as I get hit, so somehow I phase through him and then do a Mega Venom Blast. I think it looked really cool because the animation went off really fast, and actually it kind of startled me when it happened. Number 8. This next one is not really a glitch, but I thought it was funny and thought I'd share it anyways. I had just finished off some criminals and this lady walked over one of the bodies, and she quickly realized that I was the one who did that, and she got scared.
Next Christmas, I'll try to be more nice and less naughty.
Number 9. I'm cleaning up the streets and it's going pretty well. And then I see this random floating civilian. Like, what is going on here? Number 10. Fighting the underground, and then one of them fatally shoots their comrade. And the game still lets me do a finisher on him? Jeez, I feel so bad for this man. Can we get an F in the chat for him? In today's video, I'm going to show you a cool zero gravity floating glitch I found in Miles Morales. To start off, you're going to need to do the infinite venom glitch. If you don't know how to do this, just start the mission and emergency comms down. Go through the mission until you finish beating out the bad guys, then start to boost yourself up, and then boom. Also, if you want to learn more about the infinite venom glitch, check out this video. After that, make your way to the bridge next to Rikers Island. Then, when you get onto the bridge, go to the part of the bridge that lines up with the end of Rikers, venom boost a few times, and then you'll be able to float. Now you can float around within the confines of the bridge. This is a cool little glitch because you can do unlimited tricks and just mess around. Also, if you go near the support beams, Miles will sometimes freak out when you push the square button and move the left joystick. This is quite hilarious because it makes Miles look like he's had some major malfunction. You can do this glitch between the front and back of Rikers. If you go past that, then you'll fall down. I'm a bit curious as to why you can only do this glitch within the length of Rikers. Maybe it's just a coincidence? Either way, I'm going to keep playing and I'll be sure to let you guys know if there's something more to this glitch. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh my gosh, it worked! Yes! What's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can have infinite invisibility in Spider-Man Miles Morales. This should work on any version of the game, but I personally had it work more times with the original version of the game. I suggest trying this glitch with multiple versions to see which one works best for you. P.S. This glitch was really hard to get right, and you might not have success on your first few tries. The first thing you're going to want to do is load up a save where you've completed the game, but not the mission memory lane. After you've got that loaded up, head over to where the mission starts. Then, you need to push up on the D-pad, and then the triangle button and touchpad in quick succession. Go to the missions tab and go to the mission called Reconnecting. If you're not able to start any missions, try again. Timing of the button presses needs to be spot on, and sometimes it doesn't work. When you get the mission loaded and the game looks normal, you need to quit the game and then reload the save you just left. The game should be very pixelated and blurry, and if not, just try again. If the game looks like this from the get-go, you don't need to quit the game. When the door opens, start spamming up on the D-pad as much as you can. Miles will not show up until he finishes climbing the ladder, and if the glitch works correctly, Miles will show up with the invisible effect. Make sure not to skip any cutscenes and voila! You have unlimited invisibility. The world looks a bit weird, huh? The glitch somehow caused the world to have different lighting effects, which is really cool. By the way, you can't do any missions, crimes, or anything like that while the glitch is active. But you can free roam though, which is pretty awesome. You can also switch between suits without losing the effect. I want to figure out how to get this glitch fully working to the point where you have the whole game unlocked and you can do everything while staying invisible. I'm going to keep messing around with it and see if I can make any progress. Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you 4 glitches in Spider-Man Miles Morales that will break your game. Number 1. Infinite Venom. If you're familiar with the channel, you have most likely seen the Infinite Venom glitch. It was the first big video on this channel, so of course I had to mention it. To do this glitch, you need to do a mission like Emergency Calms Down, where you're given Venom bars to charge up a breaker, except you're not going to do that. Swing around close to the area and get all 3 bars filled up. Then you're going to want to start boosting yourself up in the air, and the Venom bars should start refilling themselves. After you get high enough, you should be able to freely roam around the city with unlimited Venom powers. There are no crimes, and you can't do any activities though. You can just boost yourself around the city at high speeds, jump in the air aimlessly until the city disappears, or you could leave the playable area of the game and wander into the unfinished parts of New York City. The choice is yours. This is a super fun glitch to do that will keep you entertained for a long time. Number 2. Floating glitch. This next glitch will allow Miles to float around in the air, which is pretty cool. To pull off this glitch, you will need to do the Infinite Venom glitch and head over to the bridge next to Rikers Island. Make sure you are within the top and the bottom of Rikers. Boost yourself up until you start to float. Now as long as you stay within the length of Rikers and within the confines of the bridge, you're gonna float. You can do tricks, make Miles glitch out, and just mess around. It's a lot of fun, and it's another reason to use the Infinite Venom glitch. Number 3. Unlimited Invisibility glitch. This glitch is one of the coolest ones so far. It allows you to be permanently invisible in the open world. Although there are no enemies or activities or much you can do except for swing around, it's really cool. You can achieve this glitch by loading up a save where you've completed the game, but not the mission memory lane. After you've got that loaded up, head over to where the mission starts. Then, you need to push up on the D-pad and then the triangle button and the touchpad in quick succession. Go to the missions tab and go to the mission called Reconnecting. If you're not able to start any missions, try again. The timing of the button presses needs to be spot on, and sometimes it doesn't work. If the mission looks normal, then you need to quit the game and reload the save you just left. If the mission looks blurry and pixelated, you're on the right track. Right when the cutscene starts or just as it's loading, spam up on the D-pad, and if you did it right, Miles will show up at the top of the ladder with his invisibility on. Watch the cutscene in its entirety and voila, you have unlimited invisibility. Now this is where things get interesting. Following the original permanent invisibility video I made, I've made some exciting progress. To do this next step, you need to do the same method, but instead of picking memory lane, pick any mission that starts with a cutscene. For example, Time to Rally. In this mission, you'll be able to explore as Invisible Miles. Go through the mission and watch the cutscenes. A combat sequence will start and you'll still be invisible. Enemies have no idea where you are, so you can just destroy them and they won't have any idea of what hit them. This is absolutely hilarious and fun to do, and I'm trying to think of a way to get this glitch working in the full game. Sadly, every attempt I've made to get this to work hasn't panned out. I'll give you guys an update as soon as I learn more. Number 4. Meet Up with Finn glitch. This glitch is done by doing the Underground Undercover mission. You will want to do the memory lane glitch without turning yourself invisible. Select the mission Underground Undercover. If the mission loads and looks normal, quit the game and then load that save back up. If you did it right, you'll be Miles going down into your apartment and then all of a sudden you'll be zoomed across the map to the coffee shop with Finn. The lighting here is weird. You can also manage to have your suit on during this cutscene and you can move the camera. This is super cool. You can even see NPCs walking around. After that scene, Finn and Miles approach Fisk Tower. There's a chance that you and Finn will fall through the ground and die. Pretty funny. If you make it past that, there's a chance that Finn will collapse as soon as you get into the underground. Well, I guess the game's over, the villain's dead. Overall, this is a super fun glitch to do. Hey everyone, do you ever feel like Miles moves a little too fast? Do you ever want to slow down and smell the roses? Well, you've come to the right place, because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do this super cool slow motion glitch in Spider-Man Miles Morales. Let's get into it. Quick thanks to Edix for telling me about this cool glitch. Okay, so this glitch should work regardless of what version of the game you have. First, you will need to make sure you have at least one Venom bar. Then make your way to any of the tunnels on the map. After this, go inside the tunnel and go to either side. You'll notice that if you go too far into the tunnel, the game won't like that and will make you turn around. You have to get as far into the tunnel as possible without getting turned around. Now you need to jump and push the square button to do the Venom punch while moving towards the tunnel. Ideally, you will get the return to game notice in the middle of your punch. I find that that's the best way to get the glitch to work. It's definitely trial and error though, so try to be a little patient when attempting this. If you did it right, you will start to move in slow motion after you return to the game. I think this is super cool, and it's fun to see Miles move in slow motion. You can see the nuances in Miles' movement, and I think this glitch is great for capturing the perfect pose for photo mode. The rest of the world moves slowly too. A few disclaimers though. You can't fight enemies or use venom abilities while the glitch is active, or the speed will go back to normal, and the speed of Miles will revert back to normal after a few minutes. This is a pretty fun glitch to do, especially with how easy it is to pull off. Definitely an awesome glitch if you like to take screenshots, and if you like to take it slow and smell the roses a bit. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and check out this playlist of other Spider-Man videos I've made. Have a good one. Today, I'm going to show you how I got the highest trick score ever and set a world record in Spider-Man Miles Morales. Let's get into it. On my Infinite Venom glitch video, a bunch of y'all wanted to see how much XP I could get while doing tricks from super high up. So, let's do it. So I do the emergency comms down mission, locate the guys shutting the signal down, beat the crap out of them. Now the game wants me to punch the breaker? Nope, we're going up. I decide that I'm going to boost myself up to about 150,000 meters. Before I start doing tricks all the way down, I usually play the game during sunset, so this overcast weather is a nice change. After about 11 minutes and 16,000 meters in the air, Miles has disappeared. Now this is where the grind really starts. I have about an hour and 38 minutes until I reach my desired height. Here we go. So for the next hour plus, I spam the jump button while watching YouTube videos and playing on my phone. I was going to go to 250,000 meters at first, but then I realized I'd have to do this for 2.5 hours, so 150k is more than enough. Man, my fingers are dead. But I finally made it to 150,000 meters. Okay, let's trick it up. I can hear the tricks being performed, but there's no XP pop-up, so I'm a bit worried if these will even count. I fell for 24 minutes straight before I even saw Miles again. And he's back. Holy moly, 1000x multiplier. Oh yeah, okay, it worked. Man, we look so cool right now. Guys, if you can, try this out. It's a ton of fun to be able to do unlimited tricks. Yo, we got that backside wacky, we got that windmill, we got that roly-poly. Let's go. So I'm still falling, still looking swaggy as ever. And I start to see the city again. I'm about to be free, finally. A few more minutes of falling and I finally make it back down to the surface. We did it. Now, to count how much XP oh wait, the tricks are still adding up. Bruh, I sat there for an extra 10 minutes while that sweet XP rolled in. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. How much XP did I get? 1,888 XP. Not bad at all. But then again, this whole process took like 2 hours. But at least it was fun. I don't think there's an official world record for tricks in this game, but if there was, I think I can safely say I hold the record.
Fire does not look good. What's good, Harlem?
What? What the fuck?
Woo! Let's get that money, baby.
Oh, it's a big eater right there.
What the fuck is this?
Help me, help me, help me, help me out.
Yeah, boy.
Oh no!
I'm dying. Help me.
No thanks.
No. Fall Guys Season 5 viewed in 60 seconds. Let's go. We're finally in Season 5. Season 4 lasted way too long. Hopefully going forward, seasons will be shorter. The fame path looks okay. There isn't anything I really want to unlock except for the tropical tree outfit. Now onto the maps. Treetop Tumble, favorite map of the season. The top path is for pros. I love the different obstacles and the different paths you can take. Lily Leapers, another fun map. You just gotta bounce on the pads and it can get a little crazy. Jumping on the pads and getting your timing perfect is a lot of fun. Bubble Trouble. Pop 15 bubbles on various obstacles to qualify. Fairly easy except for the floating obstacle. Otherwise, solid map. Penguin Pool Party. Just why? Any stage with grabbing mechanics isn't that great. Stomping Ground. Avoid rhinos or they'll ram you off the map. Unless they just decide not to. Fun map, but I think there should be more to it. Lost Temple. Follow the leader to the end and hopefully get in front of them to grab the crown. Would be cool to have multiple passing crowns. Overall, this season is pretty cool. Fall Guys Season 6, reviewed in 60 seconds. Let's go. So now you gotta use an Epic Games account to play? Not cool or necessary. Theme path looks okay. Nothing in particular I like. I mean, there are Ghost of Tsushima skins, so that's cool if you're a fan. On to the maps. Party Promenade. This is my favorite Season 6 map. Tons of tubes, water balloon cannons, and a huge swing make this one of the most action-packed maps ever. Full tilt. It's Seesaw, but worse. Somehow Mediatonic made the Seesaw even more unbearable. It's more annoying than the original and quite frankly, a bit boring. Pipe Dream. My second favorite of the season. You go through a pipe, you do an obstacle over and over until the finish line. Simple fun, and the sound the pipes make are satisfying. Airtime. Stay in the air as long as possible and get up to 100% before all the spots are taken. There are multiple paths to victory and you can even try to ruin your opponent's progress. Leading Light. Basically, go to the shiny circle and stay in it. This round goes by quick, so you need to haul it and stay in the circle as much as possible. Didn't find this one too fun. Also, I wish there were more maps. That's all. See ya.
Here we go. Pow pow! Let's do this. Let's go! Gotcha!
Got you, homie.
Yeah, boy.
Bye-bye!
Roll!
Get out of my car now!
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you won't f***ing get out of my car! Oh, nigga!
I like this. This is cute.
Nope. Nope.
Let me show you its features.
Boom.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting.
Bruh. Bruh.
Betrayal.
Try me, bitch. No, do it.
Nope. Nope.
Yes, 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 yes. No, no, no.
Oh no!
See you, chump. Just park the car. Would you let go of my wheel? Hey, come on! Hey, watch it! Bye, have a great time.
Yikes.
Hello friends, my name is Nobes, and in today's video, we're going to find out if you can beat Spider-Man Miles Morales while wearing the advanced suit. As you may know, there was a glitch in earlier versions of Miles Morales that allows you to wear Peter's advanced suit. It's actually really cool, but it can cause the game to have a lot of problems. So we're gonna find out if I can beat the game with this suit, or if my efforts will be in vain. There's a couple of rules before we get started. 1. The advanced suit must be worn at all times, and can only be taken off momentarily if it hinders my progression. Number 2. While wearing the advanced suit, finishers and tricks don't work, so I'll have to make do without them. And 3. Bioelectricity powers are quite finicky while wearing this suit, so I will have to deal with that as well. So Miles just got off the train, he's walking down the street. Oh my goodness, he just walked through a truck. I know he's Spider-Man and all, but dang Miles, chill out. Peter sends Miles a text that it's go time. Miles and Peter meet up and Peter says nothing, despite being totally weirded out that Miles copied his costume. After Miles almost commits unalive, we are faced with our first encounter. I quickly realize that the Venom Punch doesn't work and makes Miles freeze. So I decided to use the Venom Jump move and thankfully it worked. Also, I discovered that if you try to do the Venom Dash while in the air, you'll get stuck.
What is going on here?
The rest of the mission went pretty smoothly until a cop said I was making things worse when I was the only one doing anything. Now it's time to fight Rhino. Venom punches don't work, so I tried the jump, and it made me turn into Sonic. I was a bit scared if this was going to be a major problem or not. After a reset, I figured out that the Venom Dash would actually do the trick. After a few minutes, I punched into Rhino's face, thus finishing the first boss fight and mission. Miles is now New York's only Spider-Man, and he is ready to protect the city and save the day. After beating up the training bots Peter set up for me, I decided to change the difficulty to Ultimate, because we gotta go big or go home, and I'm not going home. Now we're checking out Roxxon Plaza. Everything seems peaceful and calm.
Hi there, I'm Simon Krieger.
Oh gosh, that scared me. Krieger goes on and on about new form, blah blah blah. A few minutes later, Miles' spider sense goes off at the last possible second, getting slammed into the ground. Come on Miles, you gotta pay attention. I beat these guys up pretty easily, without too much of a oh gosh, what in the world? Thankfully, the game stayed calm enough for me to clear these guys out. After Rio's campaign speech is rudely interrupted, Miles sees an explosion near the bridge, so he heads over there to see what's going on. He sees Roxxon in the underground, about to kill each other.
Whoa, hey.
Miles makes the bridge go. Also, by the way, Miles finds out that Finn is a tinkerer. Big surprise, right? At first, I'm absolutely destroying these guys, like, I kinda feel bad for them. And then I get stuck. The game gives plot armor to an enemy and keeps pulling me away from him, like, bro, let me finish this guy off. The bridge is falling to pieces, but Miles is so heroic. He uses his pure strength to pull two halves of the bridge together. What a legend. Miles is now depressed. So he gets a montage, and he's all better now. Oh, ew.
This is disgusting.
Spider-Man now needs to find Finn's phone, so he heads to one of the Roxxon research labs. I make it inside, pummel a few guys, and then look who shows up. It's Uncle Aaron. We sneak further into the lab, and I take the opportunity to stealth take down this guy. But apparently those don't work either. I can't move. Oh gosh, I can't move. Then I tried to do a stealth takedown from the ground.
Okay.
Okay, guess we gotta do this the loud way. Fast forward a few minutes and we are further into the research lab. And I'm about to destroy some fools. Check this out. Boom, 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 boom. After finding out what happened to Finn and Rick, Miles and the Prowler take out their rage on Roxxon troops. Wait, what are you doing, man? There's nobody there. We already took care of the guys. We escape the lab and Uncle Aaron gives Miles a lecture. Miles goes to put his hood on and it's a classic, oh, the train killed me? Oh. Okay, I snuck into the underground base to mess up their training, but nothing really special happened, so now I'm trying to take the new form. But of course, people gotta get in my way. Okay, so this encounter has been pretty glitch free, so that's pretty never mind. After a reckless chase, Finn finds out that Miles is Spider-Man, and she is pissed. I get that, but didn't she do the same thing and not tell Miles that she was a tinkerer at first? Now this is the point where things start to get real interesting. Miles and Finn show up to talk about everything, but surprise, here's Rhino. Miles and Finn get captured and it's not looking great for them. Of course they escape and eventually run into Rhino. This is where the run gets actually difficult. So normally in this fight, when Spider-Man dodges Rhino, it allows him to ride on his back and ram him into a tank, thus allowing him to damage him. While wearing the suit, the prompt doesn't come up, and it is definitely trial and error to even damage Rhino. After a few minutes of no success, I somehow get Rhino to ram into a tank, so I finally get some damage on him. Sometimes in this fight, you'll go into an endless loop, which is almost impossible to get out of. For the next 5 to 10 minutes, it's just failed attempt after failed attempt. I can't seem to even get Rhino down to damage him. I started dodging backwards, and that seemed to have a higher success rate, and I finally did enough damage to make it to the second phase. This part of the fight was a whole lot easier. I just had the Venom jump near a rock, charge it up, and then throw it at Rhino to incapacitate him. Pretty straightforward, and I got past this real easy. Now on to the third and final phase. I simply had to use Venom on him. Now that his Roxxon armor was gone, easy as that, he's finished. Miles saves Rhino for what reason? Like, I get Spider-Man doesn't kill people, but come on. Finn was the one doing it, not you. And now she hates you again, bruh. Oh shoot, what happened to your head, Miles? Did Finn beat you up that bad? You're more concerned about what your son is wearing and not his missing head? What? The Prowler tries to stop me, and I make short work of him considering the fight is simple and I didn't run into any problems. Now we're on the second to last mission where you go to the Science Center, and to be frank, the only reason I'm mentioning this mission is because I somehow pull off a finisher. It looks sick. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the final fight with Finn. Will I destroy her and save the day, or will I be defeated? The first 3 phases of the fight were buttery smooth, just Finn and Miles arguing while beating the crap out of each other. On to the final phase. This is where things get out of hand. I spent 18 minutes just on this last phase. It was a doozy. She throws out some big wheels, and if you take too much damage from them, or dodge them a certain way, you get stuck in the loop. This happened more times than I can count, which resulted in so many resets. Most frustrating part of the fight was that I was one button away ending the fight so many times. Either the sequence didn't trigger, or the game just said nope and didn't let me near Finn. I tried for so long. I was losing track of time. I decided to do the unthinkable. Switch to a normal suit. I felt horrible, but it worked, and I finished the fight. I even did the whole mission over again twice, just to see if I could get it to work, and sadly it didn't. Finn made the ultimate sacrifice for us, and the city is safe once again. The 2 Spider-Men reunite overlooking the city together, reflecting on what it means to be Spider-Man. I would say that the question has been answered. You can complete Spider-Man Miles Morales while wearing the advanced suit, 99% of the way. And I call that a win. In today's video, we're going to find out if you can beat Spider-Man Miles Morales with a phone. I'll be using my PlayStation's Remote Play feature to stream the game to my phone, and there is only one rule. I have to use my phone for the entire playthrough. Alright, let's get into it. So I'm enjoying the first cutscene, and it's going pretty well. But then I realize I'm actually going to have to do this. I begin swinging, and it's not too bad at first. I'm actually moving at a good pace, zipping to buildings, and even doing tricks. Okay, this might actually be a smooth playthrough. Bruh. Maybe not. I take a little bit of extra time to get the movement down, and I head over to the mission. Peter and Miles meet up and are swinging next to the convoy. Miles thinks that one little web will secure the container and almost unalives himself. Now we're faced with the very first encounter. I come out the gate swinging. I'm destroying guys left and right. I quickly realize that Venom powers are going to be very useful for this playthrough. I even pull off a finisher. Let's go. Combat is pretty easy while using the phone. I'm enjoying this. Now it's time for the first chase scene, and I'm a little nervous. I can swing okay, but not that fast. Rhino, Miles, and Peter bust through Triple J's studio, and we're chasing Rhino again. Shouldn't be too bad, right? Oh. Miles beats up some more bad guys pretty easily, even though I'm not as fast as I would be with a controller. Peter is out for the count, and it's time for Miles to show everyone what he's got. This fight is pretty straightforward. Dodge until you have a Venom bar, punch Rhino in the gut, and then hammer away at him. Ooh! You okay, Miles? You look a little impaled. Rhino throws a box at me thinking that would do anything, like bro, the fight's over. The fight was pretty easy, and this was the quickest I ever beat the fight. 10 out of 10 would do again. Miles and Peter clear out, and Peter lets Miles know that he's gonna be gone for a few weeks. So now Miles is New York's only Spider-Man. Miles and Genki meet up to try the new suit Peter gave him, and my goodness, this suit is ugly. Peter really dropped the ball with this gift, man. Take it back. I don't want it. Miles makes it over to Roxxon Plaza, and we got Krieger over here trying to sell us on new form. I'm salty that this guy tackled me to the ground, so in return, I absolutely destroy them. After Rio's campaign is rudely interrupted, Miles sees this huge explosion, so he swings on over there to check it out. This is the first major checkpoint in the game, and I would say it's been a pretty smooth ride so far. My hands are a little cramped though, so if you see a missing hand on the phone cam, I was just stretching. Miles foolishly tries to stop the Underground and Roxxon from fighting, and the Tinkerer decides to flying kick Miles right in the gut. Hold on, did anyone actually not realize that Finn was the Tinkerer from the beginning? It was pretty obvious. Miles finds out that Finn is the Tinkerer, and in a fit of unbridled rage blows up the new form. Now the bridge is collapsing and we gotta save everyone we can. I'm actually really enjoying the gameplay, even though the setup I got going is a bit uncomfortable. I saved all the people with ease, even though I was using a phone. Can I get a medal for that? No? Okay. So everyone ends up safe and Miles runs away so he doesn't get executed by Roxxon. Miles is now depressed, but he gets this super cool montage, so it's all better now. Miles needs to get a hold of Finn's phone, so he heads to the Roxxon research lab. The Prowler shows up and Miles jump kicks him in the chest, only to find out like his Uncle Aaron. Whoops. We get further into the base and take out all the guys pretty easily. After Miles and Uncle Aaron find out what happened to Rick, they take out their rage on Roxxon's troops while trying to escape. Wait, what is that guy shooting at? I'm down here, man. They both escape unscathed, and Uncle Aaron gives Miles a lecture. Miles lies to Finn to get to the underground, and then beats up all of her new friends. Way to go, Miles. I know that being Spider-Man is a huge deal, but I feel like the story could have been easily solved if both of them were just more straightforward from the beginning. Things go south pretty quickly after Miles tries to steal the new form from Finn, but now we're in the chase scene. Oh great. I've gotten pretty good at playing this game on my phone, but not that great. Okay, let's do this. Things are going decent at first, but very quickly I start to lose ground and everything just goes bad. I get stuck on a building and oh wait, I actually made it, okay. Things are looking good now. I'm chasing her on the boat, and the boat says nope, and I try to recover and keep up with her, and I lost her. I finally catch her, and Finn is about to kill Miles, so he reveals his identity, and she is pissed. But she did the same thing to Miles, so... Now this is where the run gets really fun. Finn and Miles meet up to talk things out, but Rhino falls from the sky and captures them. Miles and Finn escape and run into Rhino, so they team up to take him down. The fight starts off okay, and then all of a sudden the app crashes, and I'm like, what the heck? Luckily I got it up and running again. Miles and Finn do this awesome finisher that I hadn't seen before, and oop, the app crashed again. Come on, I'm so close to finishing the game, don't do this to me now. I load back in, and Rhino just stares at me for a second. Now we're back into it, and I finally get Rhino down to get some damage on him. I'm having no trouble getting Rhino down continually and completely wrecking him. The next phase was a bit harder because there were hazards on the ground, and it made it harder to avoid damage quickly while using my phone. Oh, I actually died. Bruh. I get back up again like Spider-Man always does, and I finished Rhino off. We had a few hiccups, but it wasn't too bad. Finn is absolutely pissed that we didn't let her kill Rhino, so she tries to kill us instead. How nice. Genki helps Miles get home, and Rio finds out that Miles is Spider-Man. But wait, you're asking what your son is wearing and not making sure he's okay? The Prowler tries to stop me, but I took care of him pretty quickly. I honestly wish he was a bit more difficult though. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Can I beat Finn, thus completing Miles Morales with a phone? Or will she crush me in my dreams and stop this playthrough in its tracks? Within the first 15 seconds, I realize I'm way out of my depth here. This fight requires a lot of movement and repositioning, and I'm not really that fast while using a phone. I don't dodge quickly enough and she takes me out. Fluke, right? I should be fine this time. I'm a bit more used to the control. Oh, am I dead? Yep, she got me again. Now I'm thinking, I really just need to push the dodge button as much as possible and avoid taking so much damage. Playing through this fight again reminds me of how cool it is to see Finn's sword attacks and the way that Miles can dodge them. Okay, it seems like I'm surviving a bit. Oh, and she gets me again. After 2 more humiliating deaths, I start to get the hang of things and made it to the second phase. Miles shoots a few webs at her thinking that's gonna hold her down. You're like, Miles, go ahead and shoot another, I don't know, 50 webs at her? That might do the trick. Now on to phase 2. I'm feeling more in my element and I'm ready to finish Finn. I get it. I'm more used to doing this fight on my phone and my confidence has risen and I'm doing a lot better with dodging and being more aggressive. She's in trouble now. Phase 2 is finished in only a minute. Oh, let's go, phase 3. Things are going super well and I'm having a blast. This is the peak of my experience playing Miles Morales with my phone and I feel fully confident with the controls. Finn almost kills Miles, but he remembers why he keeps fighting and he gets back up like he always does. We're in the final phase and Miles is ready to end this. I'm not letting up and I'm absolutely destroying her. I'm fighting Finn against the wall and somehow get stuck inside. Oh gosh, I'm still taking damage. Oh no. That was a weird glitch. I dive in for the final hit and I did it. She's done. Miles absorbs the energy from the reactor, and Finn has a sudden change of heart and races Miles up to the sky so he can release the energy safely. Well, for everyone except for her. Rest in peace, Finn. The day has been saved. Miles meets up with Peter a few weeks later as they discuss what it means to be Spider-Man and what they are obligated to do. I'm happy to say that you can beat Spider-Man Miles Morales with a phone. We did it!
Yo, what's up?
Get that guy. Boom. Oh. What is happening? What is happening? Oh, we got each other. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Bro. Get that guy, get that guy, get him. You're dead, brother. You're dead, brother. You're dead. Oh, someone hit him.
Oh no.
No, 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 no. No. Get away. Get away, get away, get away.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Gotcha!
Thank you.
Pizza time.
I am sad that everyone knows I am Spider-Man. Wait, I have an idea. Hello, Mr. Strange.
Call me Steven.
Steven. So anyways, can you make everyone forget that I am Spider-Man?
Yeah. Everyone will forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, but my girlfriend MJ.
Be quiet, Spider-Man.
But my girlfriend, please do not.
You gonna mess up the step.
Huh?
Yo Spidey, you messed up stuff. O and BTW, there's a multiverse. What? Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
Come in.
Sir, this is an emergency. We need to release the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer immediately.
No.
But sir, you don't understand.
Understand what?
Well, it's just that.
Give me 3 good reasons right now, or you might as well get out of my office.
Okay, okay. Fans are reposting the same fake trailers every day. They are starving for the real trailer. People are dislike bombing anything we post on YouTube. Sir, what's so funny?
Carry on.
Oh, okay. And the movies come out in a month and a half and we have done 0 marketing.
All according to plan.
But sir.
The answer is no. Now get out of my office, and you are fired.
Bruh.
My life has only been good for 1 week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you found out I was Spider-Man.
When you fricked up that spell, you brought a whole lot of bad guys here.
Oh no.
Yeah, from every universe.
You are not Peter.
Oh, who am I then? What was your name, Mr. Tentacle Sir?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Send the guys back, dude.
Say please.
Please.
Okay.
Dude, you fighting ghosts.
What?
Yeah, they die by fighting Spider-Man.
I didn't do.
Not you, it's their fate.
There must be another way.
No.
You're not gonna take this away from me. Peter, you're struggling.
Yeah, I am falling into a hole in the universe.
It's me, Willem Dafoe.
Ooh, a big fan. This is all my fault.
Catch me, Peter.
Maybe.
How's it going so far? There's still a little bit more to show you in today's Nintendo Direct.
Okay,
so we
let's
hope
see.
You'll stick with us. Next, please take a look at this.
Let's see what you got.
Hello there, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. I'm sure a lot of you saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to share right now. We apologize.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. What the world is happening? Whoa, what the heck? Oh my gosh, he has long hair. Oh my gosh. Oh. 10 amazing details you missed in the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer. Let's get into it. When the trailer starts with the pop-up saying "Meanwhile in another universe," the words switch to Spanish and Hindi for a split second, possibly hinting at Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and Paviter Prabhakar, Spider-Man India, being in the film. When Gwen is opening the portal to get to Miles, we can see a Spider-Man comic floating around, and if you take a closer look at it, you can see that it says "Save the Multiverse," and now what? Which alludes to the fact that Miles did save the multiverse, but now the audience, and more importantly Miles himself, are thinking, what's next for him? Which we're going to find out in the movie. As soon as Miles is shown, you can clearly see something is different about him. At first, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I realized that he's grown up a bit. It seems like it's maybe been a year or two since Into the Spider-Verse happened, and you can especially tell he's gotten older when you look at shots like this and this. When Miles runs to the window to follow Gwen, the world looks a lot different than it did in Into the Spider-Verse. It immediately reminded me of Gwen's Earth, which looks a lot more vibrant and ethereal. Maybe it's just an artistic choice, or maybe there's a deeper meaning. When Miles suits up, it's a new and updated suit. It looks very similar to the suit he has in the Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer, and it looks similar to his new comic suit, especially with the red going down his arms. One of the first things we see when Miles exits the portal is the word Moombahton, which might be where Paviter is from. We also see what looks like Hindi for the action bubbles rather than English, which is a cool touch, since it definitely seems like he's in India. Another Spider-Person comes through a portal chasing Miles, and that person is Miguel O'Hara, also known as Spider-Man 2099. He is from Earth 928, and he was born in the late 21st century, hence the name Spider-Man 2099. I would guess that he's trying to get to Miles because he needs help, and will serve as an older brother figure just like Peter B. Parker did in Into the Spider-Verse. After Miguel grabs Miles, he has some type of device on his arm that allows him to travel across the Spider-Verse, and on that device it says 928, which is the Earth where he's from. I wonder why he's taking Miles to his home. Maybe something's going on there and he needs Miles' help to fix it. While Miles and Miguel are tumbling on the freeway, if you look to the left, you can see the words Rapture in red. Rapture is a highly addictive drug that apparently is addictive for life. In the comics, Miguel was working for a company called Alchemex, and he left, so the VP of Alchemex spiked his drink with Rapture to try to force him to keep working for them. Instead, Miguel worked to restore his DNA, but the process was sabotaged and his DNA ended up getting spliced with a spider, thus giving him some spider powers and curing his Rapture addiction. At the end of the trailer, when the full title is revealed, the words Part 1, written in graffiti, pop up on screen. I've been wondering, does that mean that this will be a two-part movie, or does it just mean that this is Part 1 of the trailer? I think that would be amazing if this movie was split in two parts. The more Spider-Verse, the better. Is No Way Home the best Spider-Man movie ever? Let's talk about it. I just saw No Way Home and wow, I have so much to say. So I'm going to briefly give my thoughts on the movie and then jump right into spoilers. Spider-Man No Way Home is by far the best out of the Homecoming trilogy. I wasn't a huge fan of Homecoming, and although Far From Home was better, No Way Home blows those two completely out of the water. This truly feels like a Spider-Man movie, and it stands out on its own really well. No Way Home is fun, through and through, and while some serious stuff goes down, I appreciated the comedy and how I was constantly laughing and smiling at all the jokes and references. The cinematography of this film is great too. It was shot in a more realistic and serious way, and they lingered on scenes with character moments which I loved so much. The CGI was good overall, but I definitely noticed some issues and jankiness here and there. No Way Home is most definitely a fan service type film, which I absolutely adore. But the story wasn't super compelling in the sense of why things in the story happened and how they were set up. I see No Way Home as a launching point for Spider-Man to really come into his own, and I think they did an amazing job. Is No Way Home the best Spider-Man film though? I need to watch it again to really know, but it's certainly in my top 3. If you like Marvel and or Spider-Man, go see this film. Now on to spoilers. I'm going to talk about Toby and Andrew, a few things I liked about the film in general, and a few things I didn't like. Yes, Toby and Andrew are in the film, and I am so happy they're here. I remember a few years back when I saw some fan art of Tom, Toby, and Andrew on a water tower all together, and I was thinking it would be so amazing if this could actually happen, but I figured it was unrealistic. Yet here we are several years later, and they actually did it. Live action Spider-Verse happened, and I am so blown away by it. It's basically been confirmed for months now because of all the leaks and the hints in the trailers, but it was just as amazing to see Toby and Andrew show up on the big screen as Spider-Man again. When Andrew popped in through the portal, I could not believe my eyes, and his suit looked amazing. It was even more exciting to see Toby come through the portal, and it was such a great feeling to see my favorite live-action Spider-Man again. Even though I like Tobey Maguire more, I think Andrew got a lot more love in this movie, and I enjoyed him more than Toby. It made me respect Andrew's iteration of Spider-Man more, and how he was and still is a great Spider-Man. Toby was awesome as well. I just wish he got a few more moments suited up like Andrew and maybe a few more lines and callbacks. Of course, I would have loved to have even more screen time with Toby and Andrew, but they got plenty and I'm satisfied. I was worried that they'd only be in the movie for like 15 to 20 minutes, so I'm glad they stuck around for a while. I really hope we see more of Toby and Andrew in the future. Having all three Spider-Men together and seeing their interactions was the highlight of the film for me. The action scenes with them were spectacular, but I enjoyed the character moments the most. There's a few that stood out to me. Right before the final battle, Toby is stretching his back and Andrew offers to crack it for him, and Toby's like, yeah, that would be great. I just love Toby and Andrew's chemistry. I love seeing all three of them interacting, working together, and encouraging each other. My absolute favorite character moment is during the final act, and they're all coming up with a game plan to defeat the villains. And Andrew tells Tom and Toby that he loves them, and they awkwardly say, thank you.
Bruh.
During the final battle, when Toby, Tom, and Andrew jump off the scaffolding and swing together, I was losing my mind, still in shock that this was happening. It was awesome to experience that in the theater. Most, if not all, of the action scenes, including Toby and Andrew, were in the dark, which was fine, but I would have loved to see more action with them in the daytime. When it was time for Toby and Andrew to leave, I felt like it wasn't handled the best. They just kinda stood around waiting to be sent back, but it didn't take away from their impact on the movie. Overall, they were great in the film, and I was so happy to see them again and see my dream come true. Aside from Toby and Andrew, I really loved the pace of the film. Within the first few seconds, you get context from the previous movie about Peter's identity, and then you're thrown right into the action. I appreciated the different approach with how the villains were working together with Peter for part of the film, and it most certainly was not your typical good versus bad guy superhero film. I felt like the plot was a bit nonsensical. Considering all that went down, there wasn't a super good reason for all that to happen. Sure, Peter's identity got revealed in his life, and the life of those close to him went to garbage, but I don't think that justifies messing with people's memories. From a storytelling perspective, I understand why they'd want people to forget who he is, but it still felt lazy. This is not really a negative, I just wanted the movie to be longer. I feel so satisfied with everything, but I wanted more. I would have loved if Toby and Andrew came in sooner, maybe like 40 minutes in, but I understand that this is Tom's movie. Overall, Spider-Man No Way Home is an amazing movie. The more I think about it and compare it to the other movies, the more I like it. I feel like it's so close to being the definitive Spider-Man movie, but I have a special place in my heart for Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Verse. So for now, I'm going to say it's the best live-action Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2, and it's slightly edged out by Spider-Verse. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 things Spider-Man 2 needs to be perfect. Let's get into it. Ever since Spider-Man PS4 came out in 2018, fans have been speculating and theorizing about Venom being in the sequel. He has been teased in both Spider-Man 2018 and Miles Morales, and fans are super excited to see how Venom and the symbiote suit are implemented in future titles. Venom is one of Spider-Man's most beloved villains, and he has garnered tons of popularity over the years. Having the symbiote suit in the game would be awesome in terms of story and gameplay. After Miles Morales came out last year, people have wondered how Peter's gameplay could feel fun and refreshing just like Miles did, and the answer is the symbiote suit. The suit could give Peter different abilities and movement options, similar to what we saw in Web of Shadows. Having Venom in the symbiote suit is the number one thing I want to see in Spider-Man 2. Manhattan is a great playground for Spider-Man to swing around in, but I would love to see New York expanded even further. For a sequel, I think that having some of the other boroughs opened up would be great. I don't expect every borough of the city to be playable in Spider-Man 2, but I would like to see at least Queens and maybe one other just to see what Insomniac could do with those areas. Another thing I would love to see is the ability to go into buildings. It would be awesome if we can go into malls, theme parks, museums, and things of that nature. I think that would make the city feel more alive, and it opens up the opportunity for more types of crimes and varied gameplay opportunities based based on being inside. Being able to swing through a store to get a tool for your suit, or running through a parking garage trying to find a stolen car are a few examples. Miles Morales absolutely changed the game when it comes to swinging and movement. And when I go back to Spider-Man 2018, I find myself missing the same tricks and moves that Miles can do. Swinging in both games is great, but I think that they can be expanded upon in a few ways. Upping the speed at which you can swing would be an awesome start. Sometimes I feel like I'm swinging a bit too slow, and I would love to be able to swing through the city even faster. I also want to see more dynamic swinging. I want to be able to do some awesome swinging tricks, kind of like the ones you see in the original Spider-Man 2, something more physics based. I know that Insomniac wants to keep it relatively simple, but I would at least love an option to have more advanced swinging mechanics and moves. This is also where the symbiote suit comes in. As mentioned earlier, the symbiote suit can do a lot for Peter's movement and swinging. Maybe when you have the symbiote suit on, you are much more powerful and aggressive with your swinging. I normally wouldn't want co-op or anything online for a single player game, but I think it could really work here. After beating the story of both games and finishing all the side activities, I found myself just aimlessly swinging around. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of fun, but I think it would be great to be able to swing around with a friend. Now, I'm not asking for a 100-player lobby of Spider-Man swinging around. I just think that would be cool if you could team up with a friend and swing around the city together. One player can be Miles and one Peter. If Insomniac does it right, I think they can have a co-op experience that actually makes sense and stays in line with the story. Just imagine the possibilities. Being able to beat up bad guys and race across the city with a friend sounds like a super fun idea. I'm not sure if they would make the campaign co-op, but definitely the open world seems feasible. I know this might be a bit controversial, but please hear me out. I know that a lot of people haven't gotten their hands on a PS5 yet, and I totally understand that. I just don't want Insomniac to have to hold back or even omit certain features so that the game can run smoothly on the PS4. I want Insomniac to have as little restraint as possible when they're developing the game, and if they're constantly trying to make the game still viable for PS4, PS5 version will be held back and we won't be able to see the best version of the game because they won't be able to solely focus on the new system. The PS5 has been out for almost a year and PS4 owners got 2 Spider-Man games, which is awesome. Ratchet & Clank is an example of what you get when you're able to focus on one platform, and I think it can be even more impressive for Spider-Man 2. A few days ago, Spider-Man was added to Marvel's Avengers, so let's try him out and see how it goes. Alright, looking cool, Spidey. Let's go. You guys already know. The first thing I gotta do is test the swinging. Oh man, what are you even attaching to? Uncle Ben's ghost? I understand that they couldn't completely revamp the game to make Spider-Man swinging realistic, but it is a bit disappointing coming from an Insomniac fan. Boy, you are not having that much fun. Stop yelling. Ooh, yikes. The momentum is so bad. Before you can even really get into the swing, you're just cut off. Yeah, I don't like swinging from the ceiling. It just makes me want to play Miles Morales. Bruh, I can't even get anywhere without it feeling like a slog. Every time you zip to something, all your momentum is lost. Ugh. Okay, let's try some combat. He looks so weird when he's shooting webs, like dude, your form is off. You know, combat is pretty fun. It's not bad at all. Bruh, where are you going? There's no one over there. You going down. What the, huh? What? He looks great. I actually quite like his design, except for the eyes. I'm about to web zip on y'all. Oh, yeah, sometimes the moves just don't work. Combat is definitely reminiscent of the Insomniac games, which I appreciate. But man, he looks so lame when he's trying to use his web shooters. Let's try some more movement. Ugh, this feels horrible. As soon as you feel a bit of momentum, it's gone. You can't jump or move immediately after a zip, and it takes all the fun out of the movement. The only thing I can continuously do is swing, but I don't feel like I'm in control at all. On the other hand, combat is pretty fun, when it works. The abilities Spidey has are cool, and I can appreciate the attention to detail put into his combat. I'm coming for ya. See ya. What is happening? What is happening? So, I can see the effort put into Spider-Man, but when I play, it just reminds me that there are 2 Spider-Man games I can play instead that are just so much better in every way. I don't see myself playing this much unless I was going to do so with friends. I'd rather play Spider-Man PS4 or Miles Morales. I know that Spider-Man was free and all, but I still want a refund. I definitely feel like I've been let down even though my expectations are 0. Have you tried Spider-Man yet? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited for what 2022 has in store for the channel. Happy New Year's and see you soon.